Hello everyone. This is a quick recap video of what happened this week and what's going to happen next week, planning ahead. Today is the 30th of October 2020, end of the month, end of the week. So all together today and before the election of US election. So as you can see now, I'm looking at the chart, Finviz, just a quick heat map where we are, what happened to the stock. We see that Microsoft is down 1.10%, Apple 5.6% down. There's really big momentum going on. Google a little bit higher than the rest. Facebook 6.3% minus down. So Amazon's 5.45% down. There's a lot of stock just to close in the red. And yeah, the Forex just to close actually is 10 p.m. London time, like 3 minute past 10. So yeah, it looks like everyone getting ready for the election, and it's pretty clear that no one want to take risk. Some, of course, not everyone out. If everyone out, the market will go to zero. So as you can see, that is really kind of down momentum going on here on the stock. That will be reflecting to S&P 500 and Nasdaq, especially Nasdaq. Nasdaq is basically the leader of the trend at the moment. Also, we look at the VIX here. You see that VIX is high. When the VIX is up, that's mean risk off. When risk is down, is mean risk on. So that's how you, if you trade in the, if you trade future like me, you have to keep your eyes on the VIX, S&P 500, and ultimately the asset you trade in. I do Nasdaq, and I always look into Microsoft. Nasdaq and Microsoft is quite correlated in momentum, not in exact price, but in momentum. If it's going down, the Microsoft is going down. If it's going up, Nasdaq, Microsoft basically going up. So that's something you should always look at. As you can see the VIX here, we are with the VIX volatility in the indicator. So that's a really good volatility indicator. You see that it's spiking up here. You can see that last few days keeps spiking up. Momentum down was a sell on highs. So on any asset like Nasdaq and E-mini. Look at the indexes of Forex currencies. So look at the currencies here. We see that pound is still a little bit flat. I did post quick idea on pound, but on the daily. I'll come to it when I go to pound USD. But at the moment, you see that pound is quite flat, and it's keep really breaking new lows and come back up, making new highs sideways. It's not really moving much. We look at that euro is going down at the moment. I know that I said the euro looking to go up, but remember that the election and the Brexit and COVID, they are a fact. They keep changing the market. Okay, so you should always consider what I said or what you think is going to change in the next few minutes. Imagine I'm giving these ideas over the weekend, and I'm not giving you the future. I'm giving you high probability trades. Okay, high probability directions. Then you should apply your strategy beneath this, or if you think that useful for you, it did prove to you that what I'm telling you does help you, then I'm really happy for that. But also you have to learn how to do this stuff yourself, and just apply your strategy. It does make sense to you, because everything has to be like a chain reaction. Okay, like a chain. Everything is connected. Stock, forex, future, option, the Fed, all these guys, all together is a one system. Okay, so it's like a big one system, and you only trade in this portion of the system, but the system is all connected to each other, and anything happen to the stock, it will affect the future and forex. Anything happen to the politic in UK is going to affect the currencies and affect the stock of UK. Then it will react on the rest of the currencies as well. Okay, I hope that clear for everyone. So right, so euro, you see that euro is going just really holding the 20 moving average, really not moving any farther than that. So every time go farther from it, come back to it. Believe that's what's going to happen for the near future. Like, let's keep doing this for a while now. Um, just to make this big a little bit. It doesn't really the only time when we move to further from the 20 moving average when pandemic happened, I believe. Which year is it? 20. Yeah, here we go. February, March. Then when it started to move, when the dollar index went down, then come back down again, and so on and so forth. But it doesn't really, it's not really a reliable asset to trade, in my opinion. But I do trade it sometime when the only opportunity was dollar. I know that dollar is strong, then I can sell it. The swaps are negative and not negative, very low swaps, so I can do it long term because in the inside the day really doesn't move much. Anyway, so USD, you see that USD is kind of fading away. The momentum down. We have a failure down here, tested by the breakout. So basically, that candle of interest, the candle was coming from the bottom. That's where you should be looking to long above it, which indeed will happen here, indicating that dollar is strong. Safe haven, of course, as we approaching the election on Tuesday, and no one want to take a risk over the weekend, especially because maybe anyone can say any word or any news or anything to do with election or stimulus can happen over the weekend, and you have no control over it. So everyone really wanted to leave their stock flat or low risk until further confirmation who's going to win the election. I don't know about you guys, but I don't think Trump will win. I got quite feeling that's it doesn't. He's not gonna win this time, I think. So there's only two times he have. The first time he won it because we didn't know the guy. We have a rough idea about him, but now he spent 4 years with us here. Not with me particularly, but the whole world, US of course. And now we know what the guy like. Okay, so that's our chance now to vote again, whether or not to not me, but the US citizens. But I think he's not gonna win it this time. That's what I think. Well, I feel that there's a lot of back and forth regard who's going to win or not, but we will have to wait and see. There's only 2 days left after the weekend, 2 working days basically. So let's see what's happening. If Trump win, I guess dollar index is going down, pound and euro go up. That's the scenario. Either way, guys, listen. It doesn't matter who's going to win. It's a rumor. All right. Remember that last time when they talked about Trump, if Trump win, the stock is going to collapse, right? The stock went down, is overbought, oversold. Then after that, people buy it again. Is a bargain. Come on. So it doesn't matter who's going to be president, really. It's just like tradition. Every 4 years, the market is doing this cycle. Okay, it's gonna go down a little bit, maybe 1, 2, 3%. Then it start to see that if it's a good price value, is a good price to buy this Apple stock or Facebook, buy it. Okay, yeah, is a stock, stock is different than Forex. Forex is leveraged, but stock is no leverage, it's a cash. So I think, in my opinion, that it doesn't matter, regardless who's going to win the election, you're going to see some dips in the stock and then come back up. It's a routine, all right? I'll show you what I mean by that when we come down to S&P 500 and Nasdaq. Let's look to yen here as well. Yen is priced in as well. You can see that yen hit the highs of the previous swing up. However, the dollar really didn't do it yet. But if you see the space between them, I mean, like if I do this, okay, didn't really hit it high, so looks like yen is taking more ground than dollar just by the visually looking at it like now, is like is more higher. And as the New Zealand, look at New Zealand to come to this high, we kind of stalled here a little bit, come back to the 20, and possibly we're gonna break higher. That looks very familiar pattern. Fail it to break out. The seller just really interested to sell right here, right there. See that? It's not magic. It's just if you know where to look, you're gonna see that where you actually to look to short it or long it. Look, big player they normally short at these levels. Okay, they just put a small position. After that, if it's going their way, then that's great. They add more on the way going down because they know that the 20 is gonna hold it. they exit at the 20, then after that they start to play the same game. Come up here, they sell more. I'm not going to explain that now, just to go quickly here. Swiss as well is it was risk on, risk off. Swiss went up a little bit, then after that come back down. Is not moving, is moving similar to Euro. So they're both of them moving in the same direction or same speed. CAD, sorry, Aussie, see that channel here being created. If you look left, we sold here twice. First push down was a big one nicely. Pull back up quickly. So what the indication of sellers just to exit their position quickly and come up again. Track everybody. Everyone say, okay, like 1, 2, 3. Whoever will try to buy from here, maybe they exit here. And as soon as they see that red candle, disappointed, the follow up is not good really. We break the follow up. It was going down momentum, and it will be really great if you short it right there and you take some profit here. You see a small pullback. It didn't give you a really small back. It's keep going. You short more, and after that you see that green candle. You could exit here, or you could just add more to your short, because that, if hold at the 20, as you can see, that will continue. We're going to see more momentum going down if we expand this a little bit here. So that's the chart here. You see that on the bigger term, in the longer term, you see that V shape. Now, of course, not to do with the COVID and that disaster we are in. But if that move come back down here, I think we're going to see more momentum down. We're not really done yet, so it's going to be more momentum to go for it by maybe the course of the end of 2020. So we started here 2020, went down, come back up, we make a wick here, wick, come back down. I don't know, we'll see. Could be just red candle like this, I think. I don't have a yearly view here, so I cannot really, but I can picture it when you look at it where it will start from. You draw a line, and you can see that the candlestick is a wick like this, coming down, coming back up, and close the year similar to this candle. If it's red, possibly the follow up is going to continue down. So probably going to see some follow up to the year down. The follow up candle, yeah. Right. So let's move on quickly. Okay. So CAD. We saw that CAD, of course, connected to the oil, push up, push down, break the 20, retest, go down. It's going to probably test the 20 one more time. I look for a failure around this level, so I expect that to continue back up, try to break the high, come back hit the 20 and continue down. That's what the way I see it. So let's move on quickly to the chart. I'm looking at the VIX now at the moment. VIX, if you want to search for it, is right there. So that was risk off and risk on again, risk off, risk on, risk off, risk on, and risk off again. So this is a cycle. If you draw, you connect this one to this one, this point to this point, this point to this point, this point to this point. So probably gonna be one pullback, and we will push more higher. Okay, around these levels, 56 maybe. I didn't do that before, but I thought maybe interest to you guys to look at the VIX, how the VIX is doing. If it's breaking new highs, that's mean we're gonna continue up. See that how far it went from the 20 moving average. Probably the 20 moving average will come nearby by Monday, Tuesday. Then we will bounce more higher. Then maybe we'll see after that bounce, or maybe we're gonna break this level, come to the next. This zone itself is gonna be who's gonna win the election. Then if it's risk on, then we'll see the VIX coming back down again. But always the VIX is gonna be is very good indicator to tell you if it's risk off or on. However, if you look to S&P 500, you're gonna know that's really the same, similar, because all of them, as I said, is like a spreadsheet. They're all connected with the links. Command code. If the VIX is going, the VIX is actually taking the information from S&P 500, and S&P 500 taking the information from the stock as a whole. If the stock risk off or on, and Nasdaq as well follow. So Nasdaq sometimes is a leader, sometimes E-mini is a leader. Both of them have a different assets inside, however, their own stock, right? So you can see that Remember last time I talked about this, guys, is like a head and shoulder. Indeed, break it. Now it's coming back strong now. I assume that that's the high, the second leg. Remember I said way 1, 2, 3. So I think 3 is going to be the election kicker. Then from there, if we look left, maybe the 3,000 mark, probably 3,000 mark. If Biden, if it's Trump, they're gonna be like okay, business as usual. Then we'll come back up. However, we finish the box of the election. Okay, after the election, what's next? COVID. Okay, we look at COVID between the election and COVID. Well, COVID is always or that in the year or really, but between the election is going to be Brexit. Okay, then COVID. So everyone looking at the COVID, myself, I think we're going to have a new version of COVID. I call it COVID 20. Obviously, this is something been introduced since last year, September 2019. That virus has become like a brand, something coming out to everybody, just like iPhone. So when you produce something like that, I think you're gonna have a new version, the follow-up version of the next year and next year and next year. You know what I mean? It's a virus, and we don't have a cure for it. I assume that we don't have a cure for it. No one knows really if we do or we don't. Then we're gonna probably have the follow-up version, the follow-up year. So we'll see what's happened this Christmas or New Year. I mean, like New Year. Then after that, January. If there's no any sign of a new virus, then maybe that's a good sign. Maybe we're gonna get rid of that COVID. But if that COVID, the follow-up version of COVID, maybe I don't know what 2021 is gonna be disaster as well. So let's see. Possibly, if that's the case, we're gonna see the stock going down again one more time. And I will come to oil. I think oil is going to go down as well. So I don't want to be negative, but I have to assume all the possibilities. Even you can see a lot of gaps here. Look, here is a gap. Here is a gap, not filled. Here is a gap filled. This gap is not filled. There was a gap where this gap is not filled, right? Here as well. That's the beginning of the week. So the whole week of before the election is going down. 3 days here, 2 days up. We open with a gap, we never close it, and we start to collapse from there. It's really sharp. Unlike this one, it's just there's a big fight going on here. Tense momentum up and down. Then we'll break up, come back down, try to hold it many days, right? Anticipation everyone saying that's going to go up, but really the candles are all red. The last one is green. Open with a gap up, close it at the same day. The follow up going down. So we'll see probably Monday, Tuesday. We're going to do something similar to this here. Then we'll know who's going to win. The night of the election, I don't reckon that you trade. Um, Minimize your risk and do not gamble. Okay, because really, in my opinion, it doesn't matter who's going to win. The market is already moving in a proper way, proper manner, coming back up, coming back down. Probably going to break here or go lower, regardless if it's Trump or whoever. They need to see that tested. They need to test this level again one more time before we think about up. And what's pretty about future market is always predictable, right? Is not unlike is unlike forex. Forex you go at two currencies they hold in one um, cable, and they keep moving it sometimes this way, and they keep bringing it back up. They keep moving that way and bring it back up, full up and down, up and down, up and down, right? But big momentums. I will come back to this later in my course. I'm building a course, so I will probably discuss that in a course. Um, Gold, see that gold, as I told you guys, the gold is like looking like you want to drop from here. I said that 2 weeks ago. Said I look for this up of the top of the channel, see if it's gonna be rejected. It is indeed did. Come back here. Some buyer getting interested to the price. Come back up. Even if it was risk off, as you can see, that gold is not taking the other side of the trade. ABC, hold it on Friday. But where we are, we're just below this anchor here. So I reckon that we're going to retest this low, probably going to break a low and that low. So If you look here, that's the first drop. The moment we come near it, we brought it back up. We did the form ABC, 0 ABC. Then after that, we hit a channel, come back down, try it one more time. We couldn't really push. We broke the other channel here. There's a channel here, hidden channel, right? So make a copy. See that? Be creative. Always draw stuff and delete it and assume that, not assume, just practice how to do these things. Here as well, failure to break higher. Everyone get trapped probably here. It says we're going to continue. Look at that strong. The follow up was a disaster. Maybe the seller that starts buying more. I mean, the buyer maybe that brought here, and no buyer, no a professional buyer buy here. Okay, just keep that in mind. The pros, the one they trade properly, right? They don't just buy and break out. Whoever told you the breakout it does work, yes, it does work, but you don't get in at the breakout. Okay, that's not how you trade, right? You get in at the breakout where you are way down. Okay, okay. Let me give you a quick scenario. See that couple days is in hold. Okay, what I'm gonna do. All right, I'm gonna do buy here, above here. That breakout of this candle by a few pips. Let me just get closer. Right where the price is, I will be having a position and most stop loss below there. That candle, maybe a good size because I'm targeting this high. Okay, just to break it down to this level. Seriously, if you buy here, is a good. Okay, but some they tell you that if you look, I don't know, that's the daily is a big momentum, yeah. So if you go down to, like, if you forex, of course the minimum is 15 minutes because the spread. Okay, some will tell you, okay, for example here, some will tell you I will sell here. Okay, I sell after the first one and hold, sell. You should exit. Don't. This is not a stock. Okay, this is dynamic momentum. It could be the day start up, then after that go all the way down to a new lows, then after that come back up again. That's what the trade call. Okay, when you go to the supermarket, you're buying meat. All right, you're buying meat. This meat this morning it was $5. Okay, then in afternoon become 5.50. Okay, then at the evening it's become £4.50 or £4, whatever. I'm talking about pound. So that's the market is dynamic. You don't get in a trade and go to sleep or watch the screen and you get in the delusion of keep looking at the candle colors, and you should look in where to exit straight away. You need the moment you say that, okay, if that candle follow up, come back red, we broke three candles, it give me a chance to enter because we broke this anchor. We broke a 3 day brief 15 minute with one giant candle. Indecision going on here, then after that come back up, give you that chance to enter here. If you enter half a position here and another one here and another one there, and your stop loss should be equal to your take profit. So if you assume that's your take profit, your stop loss should be something similar to it. If you're scalping, if you're a swing trader, you should go to the bigger time frame. Okay, making new highs. Okay, that's good. Okay, come back down here. We broke the previous two candles. Interesting momentum. Wait for the pullback. Pullback extended a little bit. The big player, they always sell at the previous high, sell at the previous highs, sell at the interesting candles. They spread their position around, right here, and they start selling here. Where they exit? They exit at the same level here. Okay, they exit here. When they exit, what they do? They buy. They buy. They wanna force the market because they have really big money, a lot of money. They really want to force the market to be sideways. Okay, market spend most of its time doing sideways. Okay, if you know what you're doing, you're probably going to be sell high. Okay, maybe the 50% of this or the moving average will give you some indication to take a profit sometime. But if you play into the breakout, if you leave some trade on the table and go heavy with the rest of the people, I mean, if you put like 5,000 contract, probably there's going to be heavy weight on the current wherever you're trading, then it will continue down. Now you want a breakout. Okay, they do sideways after the market move a big momentum. That's how the market does all the time. If you push up, then it'll start do some sideways, push up, sideways, push down, sideways, push up, sideways. Always. That's what the market does most of the time. I spend more time sideways than momentum, like big momentum like this. Come back sideways here. Even you see that sideways, push up, sideways, push down, up, down, sideways. This is interesting level. It's been rejected here, and here there was a seller waiting here. I don't want to confuse you. Let's just analyze the market for now. When I am completing my course, you're probably going to know more about it in the coming future. So what I can tell you here that we break out of this channel, right, with a big momentum, with no hesitation. We broke that low, but it's been brought here or they exit the position. No one want to risk anything this weekend. So I assume that is going to go to the 20. I think it's going to go to the 20, then we'll continue back down to the zone. I talked about it for a while now. Measure move equal measure move. This move, first move, then a sideways. We're probably going to see the second move down. Silver is the same story. Silver already achieved this measure move. As you can see that the first push down, give you up, a failure to break higher. That's a failure, lovely failure. I mean that. I mean, like if you look at this day, come on, look how often you see that candle. Yeah, how often? Sorry. Oh, come on, change. Here we go. How often you see that candle? Okay, you don't see it more often, really. I mean, like this is a perfect one. If you see that one, you blindly short. We are in decision at the highs. You see that? Sideways, how much sideways days, how many days? And then brick, sideways. Yeah, this is a really nice candle. I see that because I'm always looking at 1 minute and 5 minute candles. So candles is taking my attention. I don't have anything in my chart. I only have um, candlestick and moving average. That's it, really. And of course, I'll draw channels, I'll draw levels, highlight the levels. I'll be a seller here, and I plan before I even get into the trade. I plan what I'm gonna get in. Okay, I'm interested. This is highs. Probably come back up here. I will start to shorten it. Come back 50%. Take some out of the table. If you start to give me ABC, I will be enter more on the breakout. Because when you plan for the trade, you should be able to already mark out your take profit and stop loss. So we see that Bitcoin is booming at the moment. I don't say I don't know. I did say that I know that maybe all the rest of the banks maybe they're gonna follow up or they're gonna follow PayPal because they want to provide cryptocurrency with their services. So maybe that high probability that we're gonna come back to the highs again. But let's see. Let's see if the Bitcoin is going to be the government favored to use. I don't think so because it's too expensive. So as I said, that is really is not. It need to be regulated. It need to be. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do to be honest. But we're not too far now. We are far actually. We are like almost 6 grand away from the 20. But no one knows. So if you trade Bitcoin, good for you. But if you remember that I said there's going to be short player here, they're going to short it. So that's the weekly view. We close the week high. Let's see what happens next week. Remember that we're trading Bitcoin against dollar, but because the Bitcoin already go priced in at the moment, is the players are already in the money in the market. They're not going to exit now because everyone looking for the big momentum up to the 17 grand and 20. So I don't know. I like to highlight as well that guys, for me, Nasdaq is going to be like really, really high in value. in the coming years, and maybe next year, probably gonna see that 20 grand, not far from it. I mean, it is far, but maybe here, like we're gonna continue climbing. I don't see that market to slow down. It's got the big player inside this market, so that's gonna continue, in my opinion. I don't trade it. I don't trade it through CFTs or because I do the future. I'm on the future trading. I'm in and out. I don't really hold overnight, but it's really giving you a lot of opportunities. You move every day. Like if you do it correctly, you move like 1 grand every day. If you do it correctly, move like $100 up, $100 down, $100 up, overlapping each other all the time. And if you calculate that all together, you make 1,000, $1,000 every day momentum going up and down. Right? That's another talk for another time. Let's move on. Oil, as you can see, the oil is dropping crazy. Not crazy, but I think oil was gonna go even lower. I think we're gonna see um, this level again, 28, 24, 2020. Most likely next year, if we have this shutdown going on around, like UK is trying to close the whole country, really, it's crazy. So the US probably after the election, they're gonna take some action as well if that COVID start to increase again. So in my opinion, I think it's gonna keep going down. This they brought this. There was a new contract. The last contract was expired, out of the money, and after the new contract open here, then that's where they take it from there. But they didn't take it from the zero, of course. We went to minus $38. Um, the last time it was down here, and the follow-up contract, the new contract, the new quarter, actually opened high at the $12 or something like that. Then that's where we take it from there. So probably we'll come back retest that $12 one more time. I don't reckon. Well, you can buy it long term. You can buy a long term, of course, but you can buy a long term. But if you're CFDs and you're buying swaps and stuff like that, I don't reckon it. So also you can short. You can short it. I don't know if you can short it. To be honest, uh, you could have short it. You could have long it. You can actually long it from here and buy on the pullback. That pullback is not done yet. I think we're gonna come back retest these lows. So we're gonna do that for a few before the year over. Then probably gonna see some bounce. If it's not, we're gonna break below it, retest, and probably getting another leg down. So from this here, from this anchor, we need to break it. Okay, we need to break this. Do a first push, a second push, a third push. How far it can go? You have to see the V shape like this. Okay, that's when you know there's a bounce. Okay, supported here, bounce up, has been boxed. We left this zone and we're going down now. That could be one. If you break out of this level, that's the gap. We'll break one here. We're looking for the second. It's not done yet. So I think we're going to see another leg here. Two bushes down. Maybe they're going to end up with a third one with a spike down and come back up. How far it can go, no one knows. But it does move a lot every day, right? Dollar index is coming back up now. As I talked about this swing down, looks like we have some buyer around these levels. The support to the price, of course, is a safe haven, so they're cashing out for now. But I think this is a good place to short dollar, but the election on the way. So Monday, Tuesday, we will clear the way, and from Wednesday, probably Tuesday night, we will know. Wednesday morning, early London, we're going to see some more new direction and so on and so forth. So what I'm telling you here now, according to the price action, there was no really strong momentum to break through the follow-up of the day. Let me zoom in. So we break out of this level. It's not very strong. We have a wick, and Salah take advantage of that as a weakness, and they sell it one more time. Come back in decision because buy and Salah disagree because of the election. So we have to wait for a couple of days to see whether or not we're going to have a follow-up down that could be supported by the 20. Then we'll come back up, we'll do A, B, C. Then from there, maybe we'll come back down from here. We'll play this sideways until 2020 is over. Okay? We still have 60 days left of the year to be over, right? So euro as well. Euro is not so weak at the moment, to be honest. It's like, look, the trend is up. We'll break out of this, but we'll come back inside because dollar is strong, obviously, and euro. What's going on in euro and France at the moment? But don't forget that if dollar, look, the correlated to dollar. So if dollar is weak, euro is going to go back up. Not strong unless we have some news of euro. But remember that next year is going to be the French election as well. So Macron. Let's see what's going to happen next year. Next year is going to be between UK and so next year I think is going to be COVID, Brexit, what the negotiation going on between Euro and UK, and the election. So we'll go three highlight for next year. But I'm gonna probably do a video about that in the future. So we have a follow-up days, red, red, red. Look for any retest at this breakout point and start to go lower. Then you'll be probably retesting below this low here. There's overall breakout. All right. So we have a point here, point there, point in the past. So we trying to break out of this momentum. That was like crazy. That was the election. That was the election. I remember that the gap is closed after almost 4 years, 3 years plus. There is a gap here. It was filled here. But guys, I don't believe gaps. Gaps is a lack of broker connection. Really, is not. It's nothing to do with the price. Any gap on the chart, it's moved for a reason, and the reason is someone bought or someone sold. The gap is not a mistake, or the actual gap is disconnect from the bank at the time. That's why. So and Forex is 24/7. It doesn't die. Forex is always moving. Currency is always changing. It's only you only have the connection to your broker, and your broker allowed only to connect between this time to this time, not 24/7. Okay, because you cannot trade 24/7 on your broker. You have the weekend has been marked by the weekend. There's an off time, 1 day off, 1 day and a half. But Forex is always 24/7. All banks they're always changing money all the time. Okay, future and the stock they're closed. If these two close, if the stock closed, the cash closed, then the market is having slow down momentum. Unless it's crazy momentum, is crazy news, and that's going to move the stock even if the stock is offline. Okay. Um, right, this video getting long, so I reckon that is a pullback here. Is a good opportunity to short it again if he give you the signal to short. If it's not, we could see a V shape, something similar to this. See that one here is a trap here. Buyer take advantage of the last momentum. They add more to the positions. Also is testing the breakout. Breakout, test it, come back up, give you one more time, push back higher. You should be exiting around this wax here. Every time you see, my strategy is called fork and knife. Okay, I will probably explain more about it, but I will tell you just quickly. That's the fork, and that's the knife. Okay, so when I see a fork, I draw a knife. I see a fork, I draw a knife. Okay, so every time I come back up to the fork level, I put the knife across and I sell. Okay, there's another fork level here. I could sell more. Okay, every time come to the below here, the fork below, I buy. Okay, that's what I do in future on the low time frame, like 1 minute and 5 minutes. It's very simple, very easy, but need practice to achieve it. Here, every time come here, you sell it. Come near the 20, it's like red light. Okay, let's see what's happening here. Start to give you warning. Trading is really fair. It's always giving you a warning, like this one here. I give you a warning. If you see that, why are you still in a trade short? You should long. Here you go. I give you the first warning, the second warning, then down. Give you the first warning, green. The second warning, coming back up. You should jump in the trade. Here you go. Come near here, you're a seller. Seller. Push up, new high, you sell more. Come back down, you exit, you're a buyer. You bid to buy the market where it is. Try to see if it's everyone with you or against you. If you go lower, it's not going to go too far. It's going to come here, it's going to be buy interesting to it. If you come here as a buyer waiting here, they missed the trade. Okay? Unless it's collapsing, of course you don't tell me your strategy is not gonna work. Of course, if you hear the news that something happened in Europe and you see big giant candle and doesn't respect any of those candles, okay, so it's not gonna work, of course. And beside of all of that, you don't leave limit orders on your chart. It doesn't matter if you're gonna have to go to do something, so you have to be fully stand by waiting for it. As soon as it start to come near this, okay, I'm gonna be buying here, here, here. Everything looks good. The moment you hear something wrong is going against the moment you hear that big news happening and some news coming up, and you think it's not gonna go to your direction, just exit. That's called insurance policy. Anything wrong, anything is not unusual, is unusual activity going on a chart, is not usually come around here and break through, come back, retest. Okay, okay, maybe I will long again here, here. I mean, I'm long in here at this breakout, and I longed here. I come here, break even, I exit my trade. Thank you very much. Okay, it's a strategy, but I'll try to explain it in a different way in the future. Pound is a little bit disappointed here. I brought it around these two candles, gum lower. I actually brought it yesterday as well, and I come back up here. I actually break even and I close my position. I made some money, but not too much. But that's what you need to do always. You always need to make sure that um, your account balance is very important. Okay, it doesn't matter if you're right or wrong. If you think that is not going to go with you in your trade, yeah, it's because after I brought here, it come back down, give me the second entry, then I enter one more time, and it bounced. Okay, I didn't exit because I assumed that is gonna come back the follow day and the follow up. The follow up I didn't like it. Okay, I disappointed. So what happened is I brought more here on at this low right there. Okay, bounce up, come above this close, and I exit everything. Okay, so I made this money and I made this money. Okay, I call it break even. But I made some money, but not as I expected. As unexpected. I didn't expect that to go that down. So basically, well, I expected that to see follow up. The follow up, I didn't like it. I thought maybe it's gonna go. Then I get busy with my other trade, and I come back, and it went all the way down here. Come back up above the 20. I said that looks good, almost close to my entry. Okay. I said that looks good. That looks good. If you give me that wick, is good because there's a buyer come around this level. I'm interested. So you come back the follow-up day, yesterday, and I put a position here. Position a little bit bigger than that position. So when they come halfway, like here, I'll come break even. But I actually wait and I put some all together to exit at this close. And it did indeed touch it and come back down. But of course I don't want to short it because my idea is to long it because we are here. Okay, we are here in a very interesting level. Okay, election, dollar, it is a risky weekend to keep anything on the table. So I'm flat completely. Pound yen, same story. Yen is strong, coming back here. We broke this couple low, coming back hard, but that's also to do with bound weakness. But bound shows some momentum today. Looks like we're gonna continue back up. Let's see if we're gonna do another leg up here above the 20. Retest halfway ABC. Continue back up. Let's see. If it's risk off, probably gonna see yen pushing hard. If it's risk on, then probably going to see bound come back on the range, and we'll try to short it here, buy it lower. That's a very good buying level here. Here, buyer, buyer, buyer. You buy 3 times, you probably exit some here, and you play that game all time, over and over and over. These levels is a good level to buy. I'm not I'm not telling you to buy for a big move. No, I'm mean, scalping. See that if you come to this level, show some interest here in low time frame, you buy it. We're here to make money. We're not here to stare at the screen only and assume that's going to go up or down. Always if I come an interesting level, you buy. Here you go. That's a nice level buy. That's a nice level buy. Probably going to break higher, come back retesting. Probably going to buy again. I'm not in that market yet. I'm already doing future, and I'm only doing pound USD and pound yen sometime and pound New Zealand. But I'm not really interested to pound Aussie at the moment because it's been sideways for a while, and I talked about that. I'm not really convinced. So probably for the long term, maybe I can leave it on the table if it's risk off for a while. Let's see. Let's see. I don't want to assume everything now, but I'm just saying I'm not in this market yet. So in my opinion, that is gonna try to break a new highs. We test this level many times. We had a one, a two, a three, a four, a five. Below here, we had a couple of failures. One failure, a big giant failure, tested by 50%, supported. Tested here, looks like supported. I mean, that should be flat line, complete flat line. A couple of weeks here, a fork. You draw your knife, and you start trading it. So yeah, right. Next, pound New Zealand range. I'm recording here. Down, up, down, up, down, up. If you hold this halfway and go down and break that anchor, probably going to continue down. If you keep doing that, I think we're going to go maybe another cycle, 1, 2, 3 highs. So it's a sideways, there's no flag, it was nothing. It is tradable. You sell here, you sell here, you buy here, you buy all these wicks, you buy, you buy here, here, you buy here. Okay, I mean like the closes is important. At the wick, the low, the high, and the pullbacks is important. So probably some seller here really try to force the market to go down. If they, that's mean New Zealand is strong. But if his bound is getting stronger, then we're gonna push back up. Uh, doesn't matter who's strong, who's weak. What's matter is what's happening on the chart, what is printing. If this is printing, that is gonna go, or is a buyer support this level. Here you go. In a single 4 hour candles. You go 1 hour. The first hour looks good. Where does this candle stop? Look left. Breakout of here. We'll never test it after the breakout. We'll come back retesting now. And that's where the buyer getting interested to buy. Always the market move quickly like this because there is a liquidity down here. Okay, think about the market like that. That's the market line. Maybe say a few to maybe between 100 and 200 pips. Say 200 pips range. The market is always keep eyes on these levels. The moment I see a big order here, the market will come back down to it. Okay, come closer, the market will come back to it, and when it hit, if it's nothing below, it will bounce. If it's a more liquidity coming down, okay, like this. Okay, let me do it one more time. If it's going down, that was like a 3,000 contract here, 3K, 30K down here, 40K down here, 5K. Okay, so the market will come back down here, then will come back down here, then after that will bounce because the buyers they didn't put their take profit yet because they're gonna do imbalance in the market. With experience, they know where exactly to put their take profit, so they leave it far away, up here, for example, then the market is moving up, looking for liquidity, look for a seller because there's no buyers here. 5,000 contract is not good enough to market to go down to it. So they go back up. Then after that, they put maybe 50,000 contract here. Then market will start to trend to it, go to it one, two, three, four times until they completely take the whole order. Now the market looking for a sellers. Okay, market go down to liquidity to look for liquidity down there to see whoever sold it here, the buyer they sell their position and become a seller multiple times, slow pushings, tuck tuck tuck. Then after that the seller get interested to sell it, and when they sell, market look for buyers. So whoever sold here 50,000 contract, for example, they're gonna put 30 to 40,000 contract at this level. That's where they want to exit. Okay, so the market's always searching for liquidity, right? That doesn't happen on each currency in each pair like pound New Zealand. This is happen on the index. Okay, and with everything connected together, the index basically is moving is does move the market. I have the index on future contract basically bound all of them I have them in future. I look at them sometime, but I really look to the candlestick and I know what to do. So everything is like mirror inside a mirror inside a mirror. Everything is really down to the candlestick itself, not a indicator or a system. Is really to do with the candlestick itself. Okay, so I hope to understand when the market's like a magnet. If there's liquidity here, there's a seller here, market will bounce quickly, go quickly like this one here, big momentum because there's a seller here. If this is a buyer, keep pushing the market up, the market will go like a line, like one, two, three, four, and keep going. It doesn't work that way, okay? Because there's a seller here, market run to it because there's a buyer here, and I put a big seller imbalance, and that's why the market jump. I know that you can move the market, but everyone agree at the same time what to do. Probably they have the capability to move the market by 80%. But there is other factors like banks, and it's not going to be one person only or one hedge fund. I think is a big institution. They when they put a big order in the market, that's when you see the momentum. They not buying the market, okay? They brought the market actually. They do buy the market here. You know what they do? They don't wait. They wait for the market. They don't put take profit yet, okay? So the market still don't have imbalance proper money to move up. Okay, there is no one. There is nothing on the market radar to tell us there's a big giant order here or here. Okay, nothing. It's all small order buying, 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 and suddenly when they put big order here, sell order, the market will start go to it, right? When it hit this level, it will start to do sideways high, little high. They call it three highs, then suddenly collapse. Okay, when this happen, they exit here, and they sell. They sell their position they brought from here, right? Market coming from here, okay? So what happen is they sell every time they come new high, they sell it. Come new high, they sell it until come a new high and they sell it, and everyone put in their position, take profit down here, big. Everyone accumulated here, right around this level. So what happens is the markets will go quickly down because the market always go after liquidity like a magnet. Bound CAD, a flag for more momentum up. I believe that we're gonna see one more push up to this level. It's gonna be very interesting to sell it. The last time we've been here, we really hit hard, been supported, give you a flag, the breakout of that flag come back up. Let's see if that's going to be the bound or the weakness of CAD. But CAD was weak a little bit during the week, as you can see. We basically will open here, we close here, so it's kind of like an indecision. Okay, bound Swiss, see that? Don't know who trading this, but anyway, there was supposed to be risk off, and Swiss should be strong, but it's not that strong as bound. Swiss is not really is moving with euro. So remember that, guys. Swiss maybe is outside the group of safe haven because it's really moving almost similar to euro. That was a good sell here. Even if it give you a new high, it is a good sell. If you spread your position between here and there at the day close, you sell multiple position, that amount equal to that amount, you already hit your target down here 2 times, 2 to 1. Anyways, I don't really trade it, so I cannot say more than that. Of course, Tesla is down. See that, and Apple is down. Microsoft is down. So anyway, guys, thanks very much for watching my videos. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and like and leave a comment. And I'm planning to do more videos on a special topic like candlestick and moving averages, what kind of indicator you should use, what you shouldn't, and try to I'll try to explain more in the coming days. There is a Discord server as well. Please join. Talk with everybody in there. Don't trade alone. If you trade alone, I'm sure not everybody's trading alone. But if you first time to watch this video, you should not be trading alone. You should have a team to trade with, your friend, your member, family member, whatever, or someone understand you what you're doing, like trading. So join the community in Discord server, and I will see you there. Thanks very much. You have a great weekend, and I will see you next week. Thanks. Bye.